Hi everyone, I thought I'd do something a little bit different today, and I've seen quite a lot of these videos going around, so I thought I would do one as well. And this is my pet binder. It's got all the information about diet and housing and things like that, because I like to have lots of different resources. I've got quite a few different books on all of my animals, and as well as doing research on the internet, I like to have some printouts to keep just for a quick reference, so if I'm unsure of what my animals can eat or anything like that, I can quickly pick up this and have a look. So I thought I'd show you what's inside. So I got this binder from Wilkinson's. I think it was about £1.50, and I just stuck a little label there. So first page is a Guinea Pig Care, and I've got a brother labeler which I've used to put on a couple of things to remember, but I started to run out about halfway through, so that's why some of the pages are really labelled and some aren't, but there we go. So this is their diet section, and there's just a few things that I thought I'd need to remember, like guinea pigs can't have any dairy products, and a quarter of a cup per set of guinea pigs, that is. So that's that. So the first page is a safe vegetable list, which I can't remember where I got it, but I'm sure I'll have written that at the end. So this is a really, really good list because it tells you the vitamin C and the calcium content, and they're the two things you really need to be careful with. Guinea pigs need lots of vitamin C because their body doesn't make it, and calcium can lead to bladder stones and things like that, so that's something you want to look at. So this is really good for seeing how high the vitamin C content is and how high the calcium content is. And it also leaves loads of really useful comments down the side. For example, too much mustard greens can cause bloat, so that's really useful. And then I've just got the Blue Cross Looking After Your Guinea Pig guide, which I thought would be really useful, and it goes on about health, their housing, guinea pigs as pets, things like that, so that's really useful. And then in the back I've got lots of different leaflets on the risks of muesli as a food, guide to fibrivores, and there's another one behind there. But I put any useful leaflets that I pick up from pet shops or anything like that in the back. And then I've got a section on housing, and I printed out these pages from guineapigcages.com, where it tells you what size cage you need for how many guinea pigs and things like that, and that's really useful to have. I've also got this page from Gorgeous Guineas about shampoos and basically just washing guinea pigs. So the next section I've got is rabbit care, and at this point I ran out of labels a little bit because I went a bit crazy. And here I've got the Blue Cross Caring for Your Rabbit guide, and my mum actually printed this out and posted it to me because she works teaching in a college, so I think she found that in the college library and thought I'd find that really useful, so posted that to me. And it's always good if you can ask your friends or family to keep an eye out for useful things, to kind of build up a thing of information. So that's just about various different things. This is about suitable vegetables for rabbits, and it's got a list there. And this is from the Rabbit Welfare Association, which is a really, really good website when it comes to bunnies. And then here I've got the Pets at Home Caring for Your Rabbits guide, and also the Rabbit Welfare Association guide to rabbit care, which is really, really useful as well. And then it goes on to rabbit housing and housing and companionships for your rabbits, which again my mum sent me. And this I feel really strongly about because I think rabbits should always live with another rabbit so they don't get lonely, and also it's more natural and they kind of groom each other and things like that. And then there's the House Rabbit Society, housing, frequently asked questions. So I find this really interesting, about cage size and floor time and having your rabbit inside. And then this is a picture I printed off when I was building the rabbits an indoor cage before we moved house, because as you all know they're now outside in the shed. And here's another thing about house rabbits, and I was really into this at one point because my rabbits were inside for the first year I had them. And this has also got quite a lot about spaying and neutering in, because especially with female rabbits it's really important that they get spayed, because they have a 80% chance otherwise of developing reproductive cancers. So there's quite a lot on spaying and neutering and whether surgery is safe and post and pre-operative care. So there's quite a lot about that. So now we're on to hamster care and diet. And this is when I did the video on hamster taming. I wrote down a load of points that I wanted to mention, and I printed that out because I thought if I start writing everything down when I do a video, if at some point I make a website, then I'll already have quite a few care sheets that I can add to it. So let me know if you think that's a good idea, and I'll have a look about setting one up. And this is again the Blue Cross guide for caring for your hamster, and that one looks like Marmaduke. And then I printed out a hamster safe foods list, and it also says about dwarf diets. So that's all the things they can eat and the things they can't eat. And this is from Hamster Hideout Forum, I think. And then this is from dwarfhamstercorner.com, and this is about dwarf hamster food because their diet is quite different to Syrian hamsters. And then about hamster housing, and again some different leaflets that I've picked up over the time. This is the Burgess guide. This is Pets Corner, which is kind of my local pet shop. I've got their guide as well, and I've got the Burgess Dwarf Hamster Guide and the Pets at Home Caring for Your Dwarf Hamster. And then here I've just got the different types of dwarf hamster, because when I first got my dwarves I didn't know much about breeds at all, because I'd researched all about their food and their housing and things like that, but I didn't think breeds or knowing about different breeds was that important at the time. But it's always good to know about the different breeds. So I've got that. And now we're on to tortoise care. And this I actually printed off from the Shelled Warrior website, and I'm not sure if I was meant to, but I find it really, really useful because it's got a list of what they can eat with pictures, which I find really, really helpful if I'm looking in the garden and I'm not too sure what plants are. I'm not very good with plants, so I find that really, really useful to use for him. And then again, this is when I did the tortoise diet video. I thought I'd print it all out, so I've got it again. And there's a list of things he can eat. And this is where I got my guinea pig bag from at the London Pet Show, and I think their website is really, really cool, so you can always go and check that out. But I've just got that in there. And now we're on to tortoise housing, and we've got a Herman tortoise care sheet from reptipro.com, and I've also got from the Tortoise Protection Group, which is an organisation. I've got some frequently asked questions which I find really, really useful. It's just loads of different questions like what age do tortoises breed, how do I know what gender they are, loads and loads of different types of questions, which I found really useful, and it's things I wouldn't think of normally. So I've got all the answers to them. And this is from hermantortoise.co.uk, and this is about hibernation. And I think it is important to hibernate tortoises because it's part of their natural life cycle. And I haven't yet hibernated Sheldon. I've only had him for one winter, and where he came from he wasn't fed a suitable diet or anything like that, so I was a bit afraid to hibernate him at that point. But I am looking to this winter, providing he's the right size and weight, so it's not going to be dangerous for him. So it says about when to hibernate them, how you hibernate them. It talks about putting them in a fridge so they're at a steady 5 degrees, and winding them down. You have to starve them before you put them into hibernation, because otherwise basically they use the heat from their heat light to digest their food, and if they go into hibernation with food in their tummy, it will rot in their tummy and they can die. So it's really important to starve them before you hibernate them, which sounds horrible, but it's part of the process. And then it talks about your tortoise in hibernation, checking on them, weighing them, that sort of thing. And then this is a ratio which is used for seeing if a tortoise is the right size and weight for hibernation. So basically you put them against the wall and measure them and check their weight, and as long as they're a healthy size and weight, then they'll be fine to be hibernated. So I think that's pretty much it. And then I've just got adoption forms and things at the back, and vet bills, and this is the tortoise paperwork as well, because I'm not sure about other countries, but in the UK they're really strict with owning tortoises. You have to have the correct paperwork, they have to be microchipped and things like that. I'm not sure if it's with all breeds. I don't think it's with Horsefield tortoises. I think it's just specific breeds like Herman tortoises. But so I keep that in there. This is basically all the really important stuff at the back. I've got another booklet thing where I've marked down all the pets' weights and things like that, but this is just the really important stuff that I can't lose. So this is Snoopy's adoption form actually, and I thought this was ridiculous. Reason for donation, personality. So of course I had to have him. But that is the pet binder, and let me know what you think. You can always leave a video response showing me your pet binder. I love to see what other people have got, and like I say, this is just information that I've printed out because I use on a regular basis, or I think I might need at some point. I've also got lots of books and things on the pets, but so that's that. Let me know what you think, and let me know if there's anything you think that I should add. So I'll speak to you later. Bye! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Hop along to our Facebook page so you can keep up to date as we post competitions where you can win loads of prizes for your pets. See you soon!